to celebrate, well, not to celebrate, in honor of the new Death Wish, well, I'm not very honored. Death Wish just came out, so let's talk Eli Roth. Hey everyone, welcome to another ranking. Welcome to my ranking of the Bear Jews movies. Yes, the Bear Jew himself, Eli Roth. Yes, Eli Roth. Eli Roth is a pretty unique filmmaker. And when I mean unique, I mean pretty awful, but still, I know there's a big fan base for Eli Roth, and I have nothing against Eli Roth. He is no Rob Zombie. He's not that bad, but I just don't like Eli Roth's films. I know there's a big fan base for him. People love his films. That's cool. That's completely cool. I understand. There's some stuff in his films that I enjoy, but as a whole, I'm not an Eli Roth fan. I love him in Inglourious Bastards, but I don't like him as a filmmaker. I don't like torture porn kind of films and stuff, and I don't mind gore in movies, just I don't like that it's mindless gore, like Saw and the Hostels, most of Eli Roth's films. The only gore-fest film I actually don't mind is Murders. Murders is pretty good, but I'm going off topic here. Eli Roth. The movie Death Wish just came out. I just did a review of it, so go check that out. And I thought Death Wish just came out. Hey, let's just do a ranking of Eli Roth's movies from my least favorite to my one favorite. He's directed 6 films. I'm going to rank all 6 of those films right here, right now. So let's get to it. Here's my ranking of Eli Roth's films from my least favorite to my, again, one favorite. Anyways, coming at number 6 is Death Wish. Yeah, the one I just talked about just literally seconds ago. Well, seconds ago for me, but still. Death Wish, not a good film. I did a whole review of it. Check that review out. Bruce Willis, once again, is just milking another performance. He just, I don't feel like he wants to be in movies anymore. Just like he just does it for paychecks, and this is just another really wooden and very bland performance by Mr. Bruce Willis. Elizabeth Shue and Dean Norris are great actors. They're even in this film. I don't know why. They're all sleepwalking their way through this film. Why would they remake the Charles Bronson classic? I have no idea. The story is boring and dull. It's horribly written, and it's written by a very talented screenwriter. It's horribly directed. The action isn't really all that exciting. Maybe there's a moment or two that's pretty intense and pretty cool, but it's just a story we've seen done to death. It's the Punisher story. It's the Death Wish story. It's the Death Sentence story. It's been done in a million films, and this one is nothing original or fresh. It's just bloated, boring, and just not needed. And it's easily, I think, the weakest Eli Roth film. It's bad. Coming in number 5 is Knock Knock. Yes, Knock Knock. Yes. You sucked my dick. It was free pizza. This movie is bad. This is a really bad film. In the ending of the film, it gets pretty comical. It gets hilariously bad, mostly because of Keanu Reeves and his ridiculous over-the-top acting. Yes, Keanu Reeves has always been known as being a very monotoned actor. You want to just see a role, he goes batshit crazy. Watch the ending of Knock Knock. It's pretty entertaining. This movie's not good, though. It's so dumb. It has some of the most annoying characters ever. Oh my god, these 2 girls who basically harass Keanu Reeves, they are so annoying. Oh my god, I wanted them to die in the first 20 seconds they came on screen. I'm like, oh my god, I hope they get murdered in this film. And yeah, Keanu Reeves is just a boring character until he just freaks out at the ending, which is pretty entertaining, but this is a bad film with irritating characters. There's no tension, no scares, no atmosphere. It's just a really dumb movie, and yeah, if it didn't have those hilariously bad moments, it'd be just right there with Death Wish, but it's still awful. Coming at number 4 is The Green Inferno, or is it Green Inferno? The Green Inferno or Green Inferno? I don't give a fuck. Green Inferno, not a good film. About these environmentalists. They want to make a change, then they run into cannibals, and then it gets gross. This is easily probably the grossest Eli Roth film, and that's saying something, because he makes really fucking gross films, but this, I almost puked watching this film, and that is not a compliment. It really isn't. I just wanted to watch a creepy, unsettling film. There's nothing scary about this movie. It's just gross. It's like Human Centipede. Human Centipede is a garbage film, and the sequels, or whatever, I don't even know how many there are. I only saw the first one, but still. Human Centipede is not a good movie. It's just disgusting. And that's what Green Inferno is. It's just gross. Sure, the effects, they look really good in the blood and guts. It's really well done, but it's disgusting. There is no substance to this film. It's just nasty. It has stock, one-dimensional characters. The villain cannibals don't look really that cool. And just, there's nothing like tension-filled or scary or atmospheric or even anything good. There's no good story or anything. There's nothing smart or profound or thought-provoking or deep about this movie. It's just disgusting gore, blood, 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 a little bit of nudity, blood, 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 really bad horror movie jokes, and then that's your film. It has some decent effects. That's it. It's a really gross, unwatchable film that I don't like. Coming in number 3 is Hostel Part 2. I was surprised they made a sequel to Hostel, and it was disgusting. The Hostel Part 2, I avoid watching this film for years because after I watched the first one, I saw the first one in theaters and it was so disgusting. I had no interest in seeing the sequel, but I finally saw the sequel years later. It's just as worse as the first one. It just, again, has stock horror movie characters. They're all one-dimensional, not interesting. There's nothing darkly comedic or edgy about these films. Again, the stories aren't interesting. There's not any good writing or good atmosphere or good tension or good scares. It's just blood, guts, and boobs. And none of these characters were interesting. However, the one thing I liked in this movie, again, I won't spoil it just because you haven't seen these movies, but the main girl in this film does something to a certain character. If you see this movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. She does something to a certain character that had me cheering a bit. I'm like, okay, yes, yes, that was pretty amazing, yes, okay, that's it. That one scene was cool. Other than that, this movie's fucking gross. It's just gross, it's dumb, it's stupid, it's not scary, it's not interesting, it's just a mindless gore-fest film, and it's just not good. Coming at number 2 is Hostel, the very first one, the first Hostel film. This is just about 3 douchebag guys, and you know, they want to go to a hostel, meet some girls, they're backpacking through Amsterdam, and then they run into this rich guy, they go to this hostel, then shit starts happening, people start getting tortured and killed and all that shit. It has Jay Hernandez, remember that guy? Of course you don't. It has a good ending. I'll give it that. The ending to this movie is very good. Like, I liked the ending. I liked how it ended. And there was actually genuine scares at the ending of this film. It was actually pretty creepy. I was actually invested in the last, 15 minutes of this film. Like, okay, I'm invested. The whole movie sucks. It has shitty characters and bad character development, horrible writing, shitty dialogue, just gore, 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 just disgusting gore, nothing to it, no substance to it, it's just blood, 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 not very interesting. But then the ending happened and I'm like, okay, I'm invested. Then it goes to the credits, I'm like, oh, that didn't last long, but I give it that. At least it had a pretty good ending. The film itself sucks, but the ending, pretty good. And my number 1 favorite Eli Roth film, I guess by default, it's still not even that great of a film, but it's pretty decent, and that's Cabin Fever. Cabin Fever. It's good. Some of the characters, a lot of the characters, they're pretty one-dimensional and stuff, but hey, Sean Hunter from Boy Meets World is in this film. That's pretty cool, and he's my favorite character. I fucking love him in this movie. He's great. I loved seeing him. I grew up with this actor and stuff, and seeing him in a horror film. It's pretty great. He gives a good performance, and he actually is cool. I like him. And again, the practical effects, they look good. They look very good in this film. And it is violent and gory and stuff, but I felt like this movie had more of a point than the rest of the films. And the story and the premise and the idea felt a little more fleshed out. And it felt a little more, there was more effort put into this film than all his other films and stuff. Again, there's mindless shit in this film, there's stock characters, it has a very predictable ending, but there was effort put into this film. There was actually some atmosphere in this film. There was some moments that actually kind of got under my skin. There was actually some pretty good shit in this film. And that's why I find it the more tolerable Eli Roth film. This is definitely not a horror film I watch every Halloween season, but I can watch it every now and then and say, hey, you know what? It's a decent horror film, and Yeah, I can recommend it for people who love gory films and shit like that. It's not too mindless. It's not that stupid. It's not meandering or juvenile. It's actually just a pretty decent gory horror film that it's not bad, actually. Like, out of his films, like, if this was, like, directed by a great filmmaker, it would definitely be a pretty weak film, but this is Eli Roth we're talking here, so as for Eli Roth film, it's pretty great. And yeah, easily his best film. So yeah, that was my ranking of all of Eli Roth's films for at least favorite to my, again, one favorite. But yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this ranking? If not, give me a ranking of all Eli Roth's films and your guys' opinions from your least favorite to your favorite. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.